I'd say from my perspective, we're probably, you can think about it maybe in eras, right? So when we started Sparefoot, the concept of putting your prices on the internet was something that was foreign to most. And the first few years of that back in 2008 was all about convincing people to put your prices online, right? Okay, so that was a totally different state of tech back then. And probably most people at that time were using desktop-based software, maybe just the most advanced ones were starting to think about web-based software. That changed over the subsequent 10 years, and everyone realized they needed to put their prices online. They needed to be able to take online reservations. They probably should have web-based software, although I'm always surprised by how many people still don't have web-based software. There's a lot of people out there. And then I think that the next era that we're in now is the automation era, where we're basically trying to do as much as possible on your computer, your tablet, or your phone. And that includes signing leases, getting access to the unit, interacting in terms of customer service via text or email, really doing everything digitally. And there's different flavors of that. Raheem and I are excited to talk about kind of some different examples of operators that do automation in different ways. But I guess that's what I'd say. The state of tech and storage today is all about utilizing automation.
Yeah, Melissa, have you ever heard of a double wide? When people used to advertise in
Oh yes, a double
yellow
wide in a newspaper.
newspaper, right?
Yes.
Or even in the telephone yellow books, right? So
I was wondering where you were going with that question.
Technology has come a long way from where we used to do, and even that was what 15, 16 years ago. We have moved significantly, and I think as we continue to grow and as you start seeing some of this consolidation happen, you can only do that if you tap into technology, you tap into AI, and you're able to minimize how many touch points your frontline manager is having to do to take care of the customer. And I think that's one of the things that we would love to talk about is how do you take some of that technology that's maybe prevalent in primary markets and, at least at Minimal, one thing we have done is brought that to the secondary and tertiary markets where people are not used to having access control gate systems, being able to rent online, being able to access their unit at any time without interacting with anybody. There's a lot of different things that have happened in technology, especially post-COVID. Technology has accelerated, over the first 2 months of COVID on what would happen over the course of 5 to 10 years happened within 2 to 3 months. And there's a lot of changes. Some of those changes are not good for everybody. I think that's the dialogue that I love to dive into is what is good for one person and what is good for another person.